Hi guys! I am so sorry. I'm running extremely late. I am so sorry. So I got some explaining to do. First and foremost, again, sorry for the first start, yeah, sorry about the... Sorry for starting late. I'm sorry, I can't, my head's feeling, I feel a little... I was at work today, and sorry. The music played on the stream loading screen sounded so familiar. Was it from Pokemon? Yeah, it's Driftville City from Pokemon Black and White. But yeah. But first and foremost, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm BethAnime19. You guys can call me Beth or Bethan. It doesn't matter. My pronouns are she, her. I'm an aspiring voice actress, cosplayer, gamer, Twitch affiliate, streamer. And yeah, so, I got some explaining to do. Again, sorry for starting extremely late, like 24 minutes late. Honkai, apparently, I thought their update was supposed to start tomorrow, but then I was like, oh, it must be just for pre-installation then. But then as soon as I start, I was like, okay, something tells me I think maintenance is happening right now, so I was like, okay, if the game's down because of maintenance, then I'll just stream Genshin as a backup. I'm still streaming Lenny's Story Quest next week. I might as well just stream a hangout event. I'm like, who do I want to choose? I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Go with Kave. I was like, cause I've been in a Kave mood as of late, just because of the two roomies. But yeah. So I was like, okay, I'll just stream that instead, just as a backup. So, always have a backup, kids. Yeah, again, sorry again for starting so late. I know it was supposed to be Honkai tonight, but, you know, show must go on. So sit back, relax, enjoy the stream. It is time for some Genshin. Just turn off the music. God, my wisdom teeth have been bugging me just a bit. I'm feeling a little something, and it's been messing with my sinuses a bit, and just took a little itty-bitty tiny itsy-bitsy nap today, and when I got back from work, and now I just feel a little... Alright. Yes, we are ditching Fontaine for Sumeru. Fight me. Oh shit! I'm an idiot. Get out of here, Barbara. I want my boy. Get my boy. Get my boy in here, son of a bitch.
I've taken a look at your proposal. It's much better than the ones you showed me before, but I'd still like to make some changes.
Oh, come on, not again. Isn't this the 6th proposal I've shown you? What's your issue this time?
It's a bit hard to put into words, but the design still doesn't look quite right to me.
I have to say, that's a terribly vague and unconvincing explanation. Please enlighten me. What would feel more right to you?
For starters, don't you think this roof is jutting out a bit too far from the top? It looks almost like the head of a fungus. This door, too. I don't think it needs to be nearly this large. If you could reduce it to around my height, you could use the leftover materials to construct a few more rooms.
The roof and the door are the most fundamental parts of a building. If we were to change them, then what would be left of the design? Even if the soul of the building won't be lost, all traces of architectural style would be gone. Anyone with the slightest inkling of architectural knowledge would know to leave them alone.
Oh, I understand the principles of what you are saying, of course, but the truth remains that I'm still a bit unhappy with the design as is. Is there anything else that you can do? Oh, actually, I just got an idea. Can we get rid of all the extraneous sections on the roof, so the whole design will just be one vertical structure, similar to that of a tree trunk?
What?
Don't architects often say that symmetry makes
Some
everything
clients
more
can be
balanced and
difficult.
pleasing
Yep.
to the eye? This way, the proportions will be completely balanced.
I really don't know how you managed to come up with such a ridiculous idea. Wait, don't tell me. Someone hired you specifically to commission me and put me through the ringer? Come to think of it, though, I really don't think I've gotten on anyone's bad side recently. Anyway, that's it. I will not be working on this commission anymore. Goodbye. Maybe you can find yourself some other genius who'll be able to satisfy your demands.
He is sassy.
Hey, young man, please wait. Oh.
Kaveh looks like he's in a bad mood. I should go check up on him. I shall comfort him. Aww. He's so sad.
Taking this commission was truly the worst decision ever.
Are you alright?
Oh, hey. I wasn't expecting to run into you here. Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern? Don't listen to anyone who says that drinking is an elegant pastime. It's no good for your health.
I saw you arguing with someone just now.
So you saw all that, did you? Ugh, I thought I was in the clear. I made sure to double check that nobody I knew was around. Anyway, thanks for looking out for me. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm used to it by now.
Fine, hi. Hi, Allison, welcome in.
Being a working adult.
I was supposed to be streaming
Boss,
Honkai tonight,
I'll
but
have a glass of
it's
wine,
down
same as
for
last time.
1.3
Do you
maintenance,
want
so
something too? I'll put it on my tab.
Honkai is down for maintenance right now for version 1.3, so I'm like, well, Genshin as a backup. What's happening? And yeah. I was like, well, backup. I'm just gonna stream Kaveh's hangout event, because I've been in a similar mood as of right now. I'll have a glass of juice.
Wine in a glass of juice, coming right up.
Make that apple juice, my good sir.
I know you're already keeping a secret from me, but if you could add this one to the list as well, I'd really appreciate it. Arguing the
Story
client
quest, or
not
is it a
good look for
hangout?
me.
It's a hangout,
If word gets
Allison.
out, other potential clients might be afraid to work with
It's
you.
a hangout.
That guy, though. What was he even going on about? All those ridiculous demands of his? He's just a blabbering fool trying to act like a know-it-all.
Kaveh seems a lot more honest after he's had some wine.
Another glass, please, boss. I'm not leaving today till someone has to carry me out.
You've got it, sir. I gotta say, though, it almost feels like you're saying that every other day now.
It really is every other day.
Right now
that
I'm
you
helping
run into a
mushroom
client who
looking
knows nothing about
people.
construction
Ah.
requirements or architectural style.
Oh, the
This was in the
Aranaras,
past.
if that's what you're
Never
talking
have gone
about.
through 6 whole drafts trying to accommodate the client's preferences. But perhaps getting used to this just means that I've grown numb to it. I've worked on so many projects since graduation, and none of them have been approved at the first pass. I would spend a lot of time altering my designs, and by the time the clients were finally satisfied, all my passion and enthusiasm would be gone. It feels like I'm straying further and further from my artistic vision with every change I have to make. I suppose, though, that just sticking to your guns and completely disregarding other people's feedback would also not be a good thing. All of this makes for a real paradox, one that particularly crops up in my work, too. In the end, what is the true meaning of art? Should I see it as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods, or an expression of the light of my own wisdom?
Here's your drink. How are you already spouting nonsense after just one glass? Your tolerance is usually much better than that.
Boss, what do you think is the meaning of art?
Oh my god, he's
Meaning of
drunk.
art. Really, my friend, who in Sumeru understands art better than you? Anyway, I don't know about art, but I do know that I'm interested in business.
That was a
Some
drunk
patrons
voice.
are waiting to be served.
Like, boss,
So you'll
what do
have
you
to
know
excuse me
about
for now.
art?
Just holler if you need anything.
What do you think, traveler?
Something that embodies the creator's efforts and dedication?
Exactly. So our thoughts on the meaning of art are rather similar.
Ah,
In
I'm also an artist, so an artist's
especially Sumeru
intuition.
of the past, the arts are not a popular discussion topic. Trying to talk about the arts is basically the key to killing any conversation. It's too bad that I'm not in my best form today. Otherwise, we could have talked about this for a little longer.
Kaveh still looks dejected, and even when the wine didn't help his mood, how can I help him cheer him up? Maybe I should play it safe and just make a simple suggestion? Let's do something else to clear your mind.
Sounds great to me. I don't even want to think about this project anymore. But what should we do? It's probably not a good idea to just drink until I pass out here.
Why did you decide to become an architect?
Huh? Where did that come from? I mean, it's not like it's some kind of secret. You probably already know some bits and pieces of my past. My mother is also an architect. I've always adored her drawings, and when I was young, I used to sit next to her and watch her bring all kinds of buildings to life on paper.
Been using Layla more
You could
today
say my
along
interest
with
in architecture
Xiangling
just
sometimes.
naturally
Ah,
grew with
cool.
time.
Would she be able to understand how you're feeling right now?
Perhaps. In fact, I have also seen my mother argue with her clients, but she would always quickly find the motivation to return to her work.
Yo, is Kaveh
Unfortunately,
is
I've
Kaveh
barely
is
had any
Kaveh
contact with
a
her since
mama's
she
boy?
remarried and moved abroad. Even if I wanted to ask her about her ability to stay positive after an argument, it would seem rude to barge into her life again over something as trivial as that. I did remember something else, though. When my mother left, she only carried some small personal luggage with her. She left most of the belongings in the house to me. At the time, she even told me that it would be great if I could learn a few lessons from her life experiences, so my life and career could go a little more smoothly. I hadn't quite come to grips with my emotions, and didn't really have it in me to go through any sentimental items. So I just packed anything with
grab a
memories
blanket.
away in a box and haven't reopened it since. It's been a really long time. Now that so many years have passed, maybe I have finally developed the maturity I need to face those memories without losing my mind. Yeah, I should dig it out and take a look.
No, headphones, no. Do you think I can come with you?
Huh? Sorry, I've had too much to drink and wasn't thinking clearly. You're right. I should do these kinds of things with the support of a friend.
I should help my fellow blonde.
Speaking of that, I can call you a friend now, right?
Yes, we're friends.
Either way, thanks for reminding me that I can invite you to come along. Had I just gone back by myself, it would have looked like I'm deliberately trying to keep things from you. Ugh, thinking too hard about the words is giving me a headache, so I'll just give it to you straight. Thanks to your advice, I have decided to put my current projects on pause for now, and spend some time trying to rekindle the passion for my craft. If you want to stick around and see how this will turn out, you'll be sure to encounter some bits and pieces of my past. Do you think you'd find that too boring?
I don't think so.
All right, then let's head back together. I mean, you already know where I live. Who knew that the day would come when I too would have some friends over?
He's like,
Let me see.
he's like, see,
I
I'll hate
the place
them.
before
I
left the
have
house
friends
this morning.
too.
Oh, Hatham shouldn't be home now either. He's usually in the records room at this time of the day. Anyway, there's no more time for drinks. I'll go take care of the bill.
I'm right here, you know. I'm funny. There, Kaveh, you're a cool dude. Yeah, he's a cool dude. We're now going into Alhatham's house. Everybody behave
Alhaitham
yourself.
isn't in, so feel free to sit wherever. I'll bring out the box.
He's gonna show up out of nowhere. I just know it. What's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just didn't realize how much time had passed. The box is pretty dusty, which means it's already been a while since I've moved into this place. And many years since my mother moved to Fontaine. I'm happy
I
for
also
her.
unlocked that Dragon Spine
I hope she'll be
Chasm
able to find
looking
happiness
area
there.
in Smira. Hey,
Raised
nice.
me all by herself after my father passed away. It definitely wasn't easy for her. Anyway, enough about that. Let's see what I packed into this box. What are all these things?
Whoa. Is that a drawing?
Oh, I remember now. This is a drawing I made in Port Ormos. Obviously, I wouldn't call it anything special now, but I was less than 5 years old when I made this drawing. That's more than 20 years ago. You could say it's pretty good for a
So,
child
wait,
of that
this
age.
man, he's like, what, 25?
Now that I've said that out loud, I suppose I do have
Funny thing,
some
you should
level of
mention Dead or
artistic
Daddy
talent,
because
right?
he does appear. Yeah, I've been hearing the man shows up in this hangout event, which is, yeah. Yay! I need some Alhatham's stuff right now because, yeah, I love him. Why do you say that?
Criticism and self-doubt have always been a part of the artistic process. Without criticism, there can be no improvement. It's normal for me to question my abilities from time to time. I admit that I may have spent a little too long questioning myself this time around, but as you know, the heart tends to dwell on whatever it pleases. Anyway, never mind. The more I talk about it, the less confident I feel. Let's see what else we have in the box. Ah, my building blocks! It's been years since I've last seen these. When I was a kid, I used to stack
building
them
blocks.
super high.
I remember those
You
as
could
a
even
kid
stabilize the tower to keep it from tumbling over.
Jenga!
Oh, and this blueprint. I made it by copying my mother's sketch.
I got the purple wings
The
yesterday, but I'm
aspect
close
ratio
to getting
was
Dragon
horrendous.
Spire wings,
It's
but
still
never
technically
could find
the
enough
first
red
blueprint I
rocks.
made
Oh,
myself, though.
yeah.
I was super
I
proud of
just
myself
finished
when I
that
finished it,
hard Dragon
and put it in
Spine
the
quest
same
where I had
pile
to
as my
thaw
mother's
out all the
sketches,
shards. Yeah,
hoping
I
she'd
just
notice
finished
and
that.
compliment me for my good work. Unfortunately, my mother didn't realize that I had put it there. When she had a meeting with a client the next day, she handed my blueprint to him by mistake. The client was completely confused by this new blueprint, but apparently he felt too tongue-tied to question such a famous architect. It was only a few days later that he finally gathered up the courage to pay my mother a visit. He asked, "The door in this blueprint is even taller than the roof. Is this supposed to be part of the design?"
And what happened after that?
My mother took me with her to personally apologize to the client several times. She didn't scold me about it in private, though. Instead, she went over all the steps required to draw a good blueprint and was very patient throughout the whole process. I still remember it like it was yesterday. Let's see. Is there anything else left in this box? Huh.
It's a book!
What was this again?
A notebook with a lock. I remember those things.
Ah, this is my mother's notebook. She used to write and sketch in it all the time.
You
When
got
I
the
was
key?
a child, I used to be super fascinated by this notebook, and always pestered my mother to let me read it. After asking her a few times, she told me that I could read it as long as I could guess the password. Huh. Wonder why she didn't take this notebook with her. Did she leave it to me on purpose?
You could open it and take a look.
If only I could. I never managed to guess the password.
Even after all those years?
Hey, it's not a matter of time, it's a matter of inspiration. That's what we need to guess the password. Who knows? Maybe this time something will click in my head, and the answer will just present itself. Let me think. What could it be?
Your name?
I could tell what you were thinking. Don't worry, I tried all the easy guesses a long time ago. I've tried my name, my father's name, my mother's name, my grandparents' names on both sides, and all of our birthdays. I've tried every name and number remotely related to my family. I've even tried stuff like love you Kaveh, take care, and yours truly. I've tried every cheesy phrase and well-wish in the book, but this lock has refused to budge. I wouldn't try that route again. I have a hunch that it won't be that simple. Also, if she really did use something like that, she'd never hear the end of it from the folks over at Haravatat if they ever found out.
We can try asking some of her old acquaintances?
So we could find someone who was close to my mother and see if they might know anything? I see what you're saying, but who should we talk to for that? My mother was never really the one to be social. My father was the one with more friends, but all those connections were severed when he died. Let me think. Is there still someone at the academia who would know my mother? Ah, actually, there is someone. Professor Zaha Hadi.
Who is that?
Huh. You've never really heard of her? She's a famous Gasharwar scholar and leading expert in formal garden design. My mother studied under her as a student many years ago. Professor Zaha Hadi published many works during her career, so I was able to learn a lot by studying her essays. If there's anyone who still remembers my mom,
way behind on PlayStation, but
she's older now and is no longer
I've gotten
teaching
back
at the
into
academia.
playing Pokemon Sword as soon as I finished. I'm moving on to Violet.
Most of her time
good luck in Violet.
Area. Let's go take a look.
Good luck.
We might run into her.
I'm still playing Scarlet. So it looks like everything that's been going on has been looking like it's doing alright. Oh, hi,
What am I
Tainari.
supposed to do now? Forget it. I'll just head back.
Tainari, what are you doing here?
Oh, it's you. Good to finally see you again. I came into the city to buy some experiment reagents, hoping to bring them back with me to Gandharvaville. But as soon as I got here, I noticed someone banging on Cyrus's door. You've all heard of Cyrus, right? He's an ex-sage and Cyno's adoptive father. I was thinking about going over to ask what's happening. That granny over there may appear old and frail, but her vocal cords certainly sound loud and healthy as ever.
Interesting.
Granny?
Yeah, she's just over there. You can go check out the situation yourselves in a moment. Kaveh, were you at the tavern?
Tainari's like, I smell
I
booze.
had a quick drink or two. Can you still smell the alcohol?
Drinking in broad daylight. Really? You want to pass out by the road and get run over by a sumpter beast like some mindless fungus, huh? And you, traveler? You didn't try to stop him?
He's a grown-ass man, but I could have stopped him.
You look like a wreck, Kaveh. What happened? Are you feeling down again? You know what? I'm hosting a meal at Pardistii tomorrow evening. Do you want to come?
Huh? Oh, I had no idea. Let me think for a moment. I'll come if I can find some time.
All right. Then I'll plan on reserving 2 seats for you. I'll be heading back to Gandharvaville for now. I have a feeling that argument over there is going to continue for quite some time. It might be best if we don't get involved.
A granny who lives nearby. Let's go take a look.
Ha! So, plan on keeping yourself locked in there, huh? Fine by me. If
Oh,
you're not
that's the
going to come out,
granny.
then
Like,
I'm
that's
not going to
Zahadi.
leave. My tomato was growing so well. It had all the potential to become the best tomato this year. And you cut it straight from the vine.
I already told you I had nothing to do with it. Why would I take a tomato that's still weeks from ripening? You'd have to be awfully green as an investigator to think it was me. You see, the word green here can refer to both the color of the tomato and the fact that your skills could use some.
Enough nonsense. Just come out and face me, you coward.
You're out of your mind. If I've actually done something wrong, then get a mantra and pull me out by force, why don't ya?
Oh, why you?
Don't tell me this is...
Professor Zahahadi?
And who are you? Oh, Kaveh. Fancy seeing you here. How long has it been? Come on, get over here and let the professor take a good look at you. Not bad, not
She
bad.
hitting on him?
You've grown taller again.
Professor, what's going on here?
It's no big deal, really. A few of us old scholars got bored in our retirement and decided to put together a vegetable growing competition. At the end, whoever loses will have to go up on stage and do a performance for the winners. Which brings us to our current predicament. My tomato was sure to win until a certain someone decided they couldn't bear to lose.
Hey, don't try to defame me in front of the kids. If we're airing out
Kids,
each other's dirty
we're
laundry now,
adults.
then why don't we talk about you sneaking into Janat's garden the other night?
Ahem. Lucky for you, seeing these youngsters come to pay their respects today has put me in a better mood. I'll let you off the hook, for now. Come on, let's go. We'll take our conversation elsewhere. He doesn't need to be a part of it.
Yes, of course.
Bonjour, mon ami. How goes it? Oh, bonjour, Kara. It goes well. I barely know any French. It's all good, Kara. You know, doing all right. I was supposed to stream a Honkai tonight. That was my plan. But, servers are down for maintenance, so I was like, okay, I'll just stream Genshin as a backup, but I'm still saving Lenny's story quest for next week. So I'm like, I'll just stream Kaveh's hangout event. Just cause it's like, I could do a hangout event. I really don't mind. I took Spanish in school, lol, also dang. Yeah, which sucks, cause I was like, oh man, I was really looking forward to diving into the some more Honkai story tonight, since I just started playing it.
Is Farnak still doing well?
Yes, as far as I know. She left for
Fontaine it's no worries, though.
And started a new life.
Glad
for
I
herself.
mainly came up with
She's
this
still doing
as
work
it was
related to
downloading.
architecture, though.
Ah, yes. I did hear about that. Did that upset you at all?
No, not at all. She's already sacrificed a lot raising me as a single mother.
That's good to hear. Your mother did struggle quite a bit those few years. It's probably a good thing that she found a new place to call home. Sometimes
I remember I
wonder if
took
things
Spanish
were
in my
harder for
freshman
her
year in high
because
school,
she was
but
so beautiful. People were
it was just like for
always
6
drawn to her
weeks, and then I
beauty
had to
first, only
drop it to
realize
take
she had a
reading, and then I
sensitive
took French
vulnerable
and
heart
then I
underneath.
took
She was still quite young when she
and then I
first
took
joined
French
my
in my
class as
junior
a
and senior
student.
year.
Beautiful and radiant with her golden hair, yet quiet and single-minded. She seemed like
I
want to
play Honkai, but only have my phone as an eligible device, and I don't want to beat storage wise with Genshin. Understandable.
To raise you on her own. Even during her time in the academia, she was a thorough perfectionist. If she was unsatisfied with something she had
Understandable.
made, she'd insist on redoing it, even if I was perfectly happy with it. She had many admirers, and they'd always fill up the first few rows of seats, hoping they could get closer to her sitting in the first row. If it were any of my other classes, you'd have found nobody sitting in the front. But every time I saw her, she was always in that same rigid pose. She'd have one hand on her forehead with the other clutching her pencil. Her eyebrows would be knitted in a frown as she concentrated on the blueprint in front of her.
I'm sure she had many difficult moments in her life. How did she cope with the stress?
I'm not too sure. She never talked about such things with me. She rarely opened up to other people, you know. I do remember one time, though, when she got into a heated argument with a friend. She said something I found very memorable. She said, "True art cannot be understood, but as an artist, I wish some people could understand its meaning and value." If you ask me, that's probably the greatest source of pain for geniuses of their craft. It's extremely hard for them to find someone who can truly understand their ideas.
So that's how it is. I wonder if the password could be...
Acknowledgement?
I tried both just now. Seems those aren't it either.
Damn.
What are you trying to do?
My mother left her notebook to me, but it has a password and I haven't figured out what it is yet. I'm trying to learn more about her so I'd have a better chance at cracking the code. Thank you for all that you told us.
It's the least I can do. Talking to youngsters like yourself makes me feel younger too. Honestly, looking at you now, I can see how much you resemble her. It's almost as if she's standing right in front of me again.
Aww.
Your personalities are quite alike too. You're both stubborn and both a little awkward. Of course, I'm sure the similarities are mostly superficial. But so long as you continue to harbor those traits, you'll find a lot of difficulties in your work. I've taught a lot of students over my career, and in my experience, very few genius architects of Kasharawan ever found happiness.
I had work today and I was
They would know exactly what they want to express.
tired. I
and
got home,
fight
took
for it
like a
tooth and nail,
15-minute nap.
which
I
inevitably led
still
to
feel
arguments with
tired
their
and
clients. Some clients
stuff
would
all that.
choose
I'm
to
feeling
respect
stuff
the
around my
architect's
jaw
vision
with my
or
wisdom
just let
teeth,
the
and I'm
argument
like,
go because of the
boy.
architect's reputation. But
I kept
those are the
thinking like
rare
my
ones.
sinuses were bugging me. I'm
When
like, I
Farnak
better
first
not be getting
graduated,
sick.
she
I've got
was
San
getting into
Japan this
arguments with
weekend.
her
I'm like,
clients
wait,
nearly
I'm starting to
every
feel
single
something around
day.
my jaw.
I think it only
Like,
got a
okay,
little
yeah, it might
better
just
when
be
she met your
the
father.
wisdom teeth again.
I see. But could he understand the
Yeah.
designs my mother made?
No, I think they were probably beyond him, too. But despite that, he still stayed next to her, listening to her joys and sharing in her sorrows. Farnak had many admirers, but she ended up choosing your father. His support probably played a part in that decision.
So instead of understanding, perhaps all we need is just companionship.
Maybe that's what she was trying to tell you?
Huh. It worked.
Oh, was that the right password?
Yes!
Then you should be on your way,
Yay!
child. Find a quiet place and see what she wanted to say to you. Being the awkward person that she is,
Need to get those
I
wisdom
suppose
teeth
there were
removed
many
ASAP,
things that
otherwise they'd
Farnak
be...
could never say
Yeah,
out loud.
yeah, I
Instead, she
know.
probably left
I
them in her
know.
diary,
We're
hoping
working
that they
on
would
it.
Make their way to you one day. If you're ever in a mood to chat again, just come and find me here. You're always welcome to discuss architecture topics with me as well.
Thank you so much, Professor.
There's no need to be so formal. I'll let you kids go. It's time for me to take another stroll around the vegetable garden.
I wonder what my mother could have written about.
They all say Zaha Hadid's class is the toughest, but I think it's actually not too bad. On the other hand, though, structural mechanics is definitely a pain, no matter how you try to approach it. I doubled down and managed to get through it in the end. I met someone special. At first, I didn't think much of him, but now, I feel very happy whenever I get to spend time with him. We decided to name our son Kaveh. I don't think a younger me would have ever imagined forming such an intimate bond with another person. Back then, I lived only in the shadow of myself, as well as that of the dream in my heart. the bad news came. And even though it's been several days now, I still can't bring myself to come to terms with what happened. My eyes are so swollen it's hard to see. What if they're all lying to me? And this is just a long, cruel dream. But I have to face reality. I still have someone to
That
take
voice
care of.
sounds a little familiar.
No matter what happens, I'll do my best to raise my son on my own.
Aww.
Huh? Is this a drawing? Seems like it was done by my mother.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
This blonde man was probably my father. But who are the
Wait
other
a
people
minute,
in the
that dude
picture?
kind of almost looked like Kabe's dad, almost looked like
Why do a few of them
Dimitri.
look somewhat familiar.
Yeah, they do seem familiar. That looks like
From
Tainari.
the dates in the notebook, she probably drew this more than 30 years ago. I hadn't even been born yet. Maybe we were thinking too much. Oh, there are a few lines written in the diary about this as well.
The one who invited us to the gathering is a talkative woman. Including us, 3 couples showed up. There was also a person who came alone. The talkative woman introduced everyone to each other. She spoke really quickly, so I couldn't quite catch everything she said. But I also didn't feel like asking her to repeat herself. My husband seems to be friends with the man with long ears. I couldn't really join their conversation, so I've resigned myself to sitting in a corner and drawing in my notebook. I don't think I'd be able to become friends with any of these people, especially that stiff-looking couple. That man is certainly very handsome, but he would
Kabe's mom is
constantly
voiced
alternate
by
between
Kendall
distracted and
Bitch. She
serious
looks
ways of
like
talking.
to be a newer VA.
His wife is a bit more bearable.
Let me look her up real quick.
We were not acquainted with each other to begin with, and I doubt we'll see each other again after this gathering. The ambiance of this
Let's
gathering
see.
is
Who does she
surprisingly
voice?
pleasant, however. Talking to people can allow us to find some peace after a long day. Maybe my son will also partake in these gatherings in the future. I hope he'll be able to make
Oh yeah,
many
she does look
friends.
like to be a newer VA because it looks
Who'd
like
have
I'm
thought
just
my mother used to attend
seeing
that kind of thing.
them
It
as
seems she was only
in
good at talking about
Smite.
her own work and found it difficult to join into other conversations. As a result, she often kept to herself and would be off to the side, drawing. There's more written on the back. Oh, it seems like it was written to me.
Kaveh. I was both overjoyed and distressed when I learned of your decision to continue your studies in Kasharwar.
Yes, yeah, looks
You
to be
are very talented,
looks to be a new
and
VA.
I am confident that you will become an architect of much acclaim. However, the more talented you are as an artist, the more misery and anguish you may encounter. No one will be able to help you during your journey as an artist. But outside of your life as a creator, you can learn to form connections with other people and enjoy many other things in life. It's the only way to alleviate your suffering. Whenever you feel down, seek out a friend to sit and have a chat. You can accumulate joy and fulfillment by spending time with them. The positive feelings you gain will get you through the long and difficult years. Never forget that companionship is the most important thing of all.
So that's the answer she prepared for me. She really thought long and hard about me and my future. Well, now that I've read her words, do you think I should accept Tainari's invite and attend that dinner at Pardis Di?
Wait, you were actually considering not going?
The thought definitely crossed my mind.
Bro, what the
Although
fuck,
it'd be nice to get
Kaveh?
together with friends and chat the night away, I don't want to bring down other people's moods because I'm sad. Besides, don't most people hate the feeling of seeing their friends troubled and being unable to help? And what's worse, nearly all of my problems can't be easily resolved with some encouraging words or gesture. And don't forget, I'm also older than all of them. As their senior, I should appear to be a bit more responsible.
It's normal for friends to take care of each other.
You're not wrong, but I keep feeling like I haven't really helped them much in return.
It's always fun to have you around, Kabe.
Wait, do you mean it? You're not making fun of me, are you?
No, sir.
I've gotten so used to sarcasm that I can't tell what's genuinely a compliment anymore. Wait, by fun, did you mean... You know what? I'm not going to overthink it. I'll see you tomorrow at Pardis DI.
Son of a bitch. Try again. This doesn't work. Fuck this clock. I'm me trying to change the time. There we go. Oh, hi, Sino.
Alhaitham also got my invite, right? Will he be coming to join us?
That guy? He's never been a fan of social gatherings.
Oh,
I wouldn't get my hopes up if I were you.
Are you sure? All right then. I guess we won't wait for him.
bro, he's
Yeah,
gonna
let's
show
go.
up out of nowhere and be like,
I
what the
mean,
fuck?
Maybe we should give him a little more time. We can keep chatting for a while longer.
Yeah, Kabe, quit being a bitch.
Sure.
You still haven't told me, what's the occasion for getting us together here at Pardis
See,
DI?
Kabe is definitely the
celebrating
wife
the end of
between
the
the married
first
couple
phase of
relationship of
college
all hate them
I
and
wanted to thank you all for the
Kaveh.
help you've given her along the way.
Then where's Kale?
She said she wanted to show
Ooh,
everyone
Beth, I'll
a bit
hate
of
the
what
mix.
she's learned, so
Kave was
she's
the
still
third
doing
most
some
popular ship on
last-minute prep
AO3
at
for
home.
2023.
She'll
Fuck
be here
yeah.
shortly. Anyway,
I know.
let's get started.
I love All Hate Them with all my heart, and I
To
read a
tell
lot
you
of
the
X
truth,
reader
I'm actually
fanfics
not
of
so confident
All
that
Hate
the
Them X
second
readers.
phase will
I
go
don't
as well
mind,
as the
but hey,
first.
I don't mind a
The
little
curriculum
All
will
Hate Them
become
X
a lot more
Kave.
involved,
I don't mind
and
All
I'm
Hate Them
worried
X
that she
Kave
won't be
X
able to get
reader.
through all
Man,
of
I
it.
don't mind.
I was hoping we could brainstorm about it together before she gets here.
I knew this wouldn't be just a simple free dinner. Is that why you also invited Alhaitham?
All Hate Them's a
I thought
sugar
it'd be
daddy.
good if we could all put our heads together about this. Anyway, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. What did you guys do when you ran into a problem that you didn't know how to solve? Or got assigned a project that you knew you weren't gonna finish on time?
Never happened to me.
I'd just pull another all-nighter.
Bruh,
You two are hopeless. Does anyone have a more useful answer to the question?
perhaps you could adjust the pace of the curriculum?
Ooh, that's a good point. Confidence is the most
Okay, but
important thing.
polycule between
Once you
Sino
lose your sense of
Tainari,
confidence, it'll become all but
Kave, and All
impossible to
Hate
find
Them
the
equals
motivation to
chaos, but
study.
also as much.
This
Also much
could be a
potential for different types of
potential
fics.
direction. I have already redesigned the literacy curriculum, and
Wait
I was
a
originally
minute.
hoping to ask Alhaitham
If
for
the
his opinion.
if
But-
I wasn't the travelers in
It's
here,
very simple.
double
Instead of
date,
focusing
and
on the
there
amount of
it
material you'd like to
is.
teach, focus on the amount the student would be able to remember.
Ugh, where's the damn
Wow,
button?
you
Where's the
actually
damn
showed
button?
up.
Where's the
I could probably
where's the
count number
button?
of times
Where's
you've
my
actually
button?
come to gatherings
There
like
it
this in
is!
just one hand.
It's still more than the number of times you've managed to get a proposal approved.
Catching
on the
you
first
sipping
try.
in 4K.
As long as
Yeah.
you're still aware. So, what made the difference this time? Are you looking to drink your sorrows away with some friends?
That's your purpose for being here, not mine. Don't project your ways of thinking onto me.
So you're saying the only reason you came is to help Tainari with his brainstorming?
Precisely. Kale will have a long road in front of her.
Hey, just to get one thing clear. Even if Kale manages to make her way to the Academia, we cannot let her enroll in her Avatat. Kasharawar is obviously the best choice for her. She's been a trainee forest ranger for so long, she'll definitely be good with her hands.
What are you saying? Spontamad is the better choice. It's where I graduated from, after all.
Then what about Amorta? That's the Darshan her master actually graduated from.
There are only 2 other Darshans left.
Turn on my
We might as
lamp.
well select all of them on her enrollment application.
I'm trying to have a serious discussion here. Traveler, you aren't associated with any of the 6 Darshans. In your opinion, which Darshan would be the best choice for Kale?
I will get you on that in a minute, Ave. I think she should get through the second phase of her studies first.
Well said.
Agreed. And my goal in inviting you here was to gather some thoughts on the execution of this second phase.
Phase 2 far exceeds Phase 1 in both curriculum complexity and the speed of instruction. I hope Kale has prepared herself for what is coming.
Hey, what are you thinking now? Please don't tell me you're planning on lending her those abstruse books from your home library.
Actually, I was thinking about lending her a professions guide.
I'll make sure to write, "Don't become an architect" on the front page of that.
But don't you love your job, Kave?
You're right. I can't deny that.
Is there another phase after Phase 2? What's the ultimate goal of all of this? Are we trying to prepare her for a job in the Academia?
We don't need to think that far ahead. Hold that thought, though. I think my vegetables are done.
Ooh, vegetables. I like vegetables.
I'm telling you, that client had no idea
He's
what he was
drunk
talking
again?
about. No matter what I did, he had something bad to say about it.
Kave would make a great comedian when he is drunk. Just saying. Kave sure gets drunk fast.
Have you considered finding another client?
They're all the same. I haven't had a good night's sleep
Ben
for months now.
Ben Balmaceda does a
Who they
hella
think
good
they
role
are,
for
ordering me
Kave,
to
I
alter my
swear.
design over and over again just because they have
Someone
some
tells me he had
more.
too much fun recording
it's
this.
too late now to change careers. You might as well try to find some joy in the pain. Besides, you'll be getting up in the middle of the night to make edits to your own design even when the client doesn't request it.
No. That's not true.
Cheer up, Kave. I'll tell you a new joke.
Wait,
We'll save that for the end, Sino. You can keep it to yourself until then.
where's the
Whatever. I'm not going to use my brain anymore.
Me just preparing
Let's
for when I
drink
hear
tonight to our
Sino's
heart's
jokes.
content.
Aw, that's so cute. Saving that. Okay. I'm gonna do some grinding just a tad because I need to still level up Lenny and I'm this close to get him up to 90. I'm gonna do that just real quick. Just real quick. I don't like. I need to do some of this anyway, cause there's. Oh, This is Oculus. I'm gonna go up to the tallest part of here, and woohoo! Yeah, I'm gonna do some steps real quick, and then we'll move forward. On out, Abyss Mage! I know you're here somewhere! I saw you, sneaker!
Step right up. Busted. Let's get this show on the road. And voila! Cool it.
La 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 la. Gimme. Oh, I saw another chest down here. I'm gonna wait and I'll just do that another time. Just want to do this real quick, grab my rewards, and continue on. Yeah.
Here you are.
Scatter!
Things are about to get tight.
Here comes the finale.
Ah, fuck.
Gotcha. Now disappear.
The process of elimination.
Bitch, I was trying to attack you!
Here you are. Don't get frostbite. Dodge this. Step right up. A round of applause.
You can heal now, Lenny, any day now.
Flicker.
Guts busted. Here comes the catch.
Now disappear.
Swear. Okay. No more. No more tonight. No more fighting. It's... Alright. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! Alright. Let's see. I choose... Go to that one. Do-do-do-do-do. How am I doing on gems anyway? Okay, yeah, I'm doing good. Not spending any more though, saving those for next week. Alright, Kaveh, let's come back, buddy. Also, if there was a cutscene that we just gotten back to, I'm gonna be skipping, just FYI.
Taking this commission was truly the worst Actually, while we're on that, what are you doing here at the tavern?
I followed you here.
So you saw... Anyway, thanks for looking out for me. Honestly, it wasn't that big of a deal. I'm used to it by now. Stress is just
okay. We just
inescapable part of being a working
yeah.
adult. Boss, I'll have a glass of wine, same as last time. Do you want something too? I'll put it on my tab.
I'll have a glass of juice.
Wine in a glass of juice.
Already said that.
I know you're already keeping a secret from me. That guy, though. Another glass.
You've got it, sir.
It really is every other day that you'd run into a client, but perhaps getting used to this. I would spend a lot of time altering my designs. I suppose, though, that just sticking to your guns and completely disregarding all of this makes for a real paradox. One that particularly crops up in my work, too. In the end, what is the true meaning of art? Should I see it as a divine gift of inspiration from the gods? Or an expression of the light of my own wisdom?
Here's your drink. How are you all?
Boss? What?
The meaning
Already,
of-
we already got
I
that.
don't know.
What do you think, traveler?
Art is something that resonates with the masses.
Yes,
Masses?
art shouldn't be self-indulgent entertainment saved for the elite. Let's say that I built a house for someone. If they don't like how it looks, then no matter how brilliant it may appear to me, they won't be happy with it. The problem is that it can be very difficult to get validated by others. I could compromise my personal standards to accommodate my clients, but often that just means creating a final product that I would struggle to look at.
Kaveh still looks dejected. Okay, you already said that. I'll help you convince the client to come to your side.
Thanks for offering, but you've seen how he is. He's not going to listen to anything I say. He understands nothing about my design, and all the suggestions he made were as if he just wanted to mock me.
I don't think he was intentionally trying to be difficult.
Okay, it is possible that I was just jaded by my frustration. Well, given I'm already on my 6th draft, I can probably push myself to make a 7th. Let's go have another talk with him. I know where we'd be able to find the guy. There's no time to waste. The wine can wait until another time. I'll go take care of the bill.
Yeah, you'll pay. And to make things, I'm gonna swap out Hayo with Kaveh just to... It's his hangout event, so why the heck not?
I'll take care of this.
God, I have him at level 40. Hang on, I need to make sure I'm doing okay. Oh, thank God! Good. No hackers is gonna mess with my Kaveh, no siree. Alright, you.
Kaveh, what are you doing here?
I've changed my mind. I was overreacting earlier. Can we try discussing the project some more?
My apologies as well. Now that I think about it, some of my requests were indeed a bit unreasonable. If I choose you to create the design for my project, I should have a bit more faith in your vision.
Thank you for understanding. Mutual trust is the basis for good communication. Now that we've got that out of the way, I think we can have a more productive conversation. To be perfectly honest, your commission request has been the most peculiar one I've ever received. Even now, I still know nothing about the building's intended purpose. All I know is that you want to build something in the desert for public use. I am aware that overly specific requests will restrain the architect's artistic freedom. However, knowing nothing about the intended purpose of the building also means I have no idea if I'm on the right track. I've produced several draft proposals for you to choose from, and you've rejected every single one. If we don't get on the same page, it could be a decade before we can finally break ground on this project.
Yes, I've given this some thought already. I think we can go with the general direction of the latest proposal that you just showed me. It's just...
God, I like the
Just
music for
what?
Port Ormos at night. It's
Putting
nice
the,
and relaxing.
building design aside, can we get some less expensive materials for the floor tiles? Yeah, I know someone in the business, and the red bricks he sells can go for pretty cheap. The timber here as well. We should be able to find some substitutes.
Please give me a moment. My head's starting to hurt again. Just please hold on for a second. So, let me get this straight. You want to reduce the cost of the project, right? But if we implement your suggestions, then I'm afraid we have to scrap the entire design. Architectural design cannot be neatly split into discrete parts. Any change to one part of the design will affect the quality of the whole thing. I decided to utilize high-end timber for this section because the weight-bearing structure requires the supporting materials to be durable and strong. Same with the tiles. Switch them out and the entire mural will have to be redesigned. More importantly, if we make such a change, both its practical functionality and aesthetic value will take a great hit. If all you need is a building with a roof that can keep people dry in the rain, you shouldn't have commissioned me. Many architects would be able to build you one of those while charging far less in commission fees.
Actually, Please tell me, are you absolutely sure that there's no room for any changes in this draft of the design?
I think the most important thing for me is to understand what you would actually like to get. If you could tell me more about your vision, I might be able to work with the design some more. You are the client, after all. You should have the final say on how the project turns out.
I want to build something unique. Something quiet and warm inside. A refuge that can block out the world outside. I want all who enter this building to be able to temporarily forget everything that's going on outside of the building and just focus on their task at hand.
That's a bit more information than last time, but it's still extremely vague. To put it another way, every rich person who wants to build a mansion for themselves would request something like this. We've gone through many proposals, and this draft is already the cheapest one. Cutting costs by substituting building materials will not only
This is
detract
like
from the overall
Sumeru's
effect
version
the
of Home
building,
Depot.
It also won't save you much more in the grand scheme of things.
Thank you for giving it so much thought. Please give me some more time to mull over the budget. I'll get back to you once I've figured out a solution. I still have a few business meetings that I must attend, so I'm afraid I'll have to leave for now. You can just leave the proposal as is. I'll get in touch once I've given it some more thought.
Why do I feel like he's hiding something?
I also have a similar feeling.
Should we follow him and see if anything unusual comes up?
Is that really okay? I mean, what he does now is none of our business. He does seem really suspicious, though. He dresses like a rich person, but when you talk to him, he hardly sounds the part.
He sounds super frugal, too.
That's actually pretty common. Not all rich people are spendthrifts. Many are just, as if not more, stingy than him. The more mora some people have, the more they love interfering with people's lives. Like constantly reminding you to pay back your debts, or hinting every other day that it's time for you to pay rent. Actually, Now that I think about it, I'm not even sure this person really wants to work on this project with me. Putting his vague requests aside, he's still finding excuses to procrastinate even when we've decided on a plan. Who knows how long construction will take if he keeps delaying things like this? We should find him again and get some clearer answers. The sooner we can break ground on this, the better.
Time to investigate.
Huh? Where did he go? I could have sworn he went this way. Let's keep looking. Oh, hey, look! Isn't that Badawi? It sure looks like him, but he's dressed completely different now. What is he
What
up
the
to?
fuck is he in?
Didn't I tell you before? I'm not looking for more workers. Plus, aren't you a bit old for physical labor? If something happens to you, I won't be able to pay for it.
Oh, you won't have to worry about that. I grew up as an Eremite mercenary and worked in the desert my entire life. My body's still in great shape.
Man,
I
that
don't
dude's
have many
sus.
talents, but I still have my muscle. If you need someone to unload goods or drive away sumpter beasts, I'm your man.
You used to be an Eremite mercenary?
I know there are a lot of bad apples in our ranks, but most are just trying to make a living.
Yeah,
We're
no
not that greedy
shit.
by nature, and we'll do our best when given a job.
Let me think. I'm sorry, but I still can't take you in. I don't have any open positions right now, and don't have the Mora for anything more. How about this? Why don't you try your luck somewhere else?
Okay.
He used to be a member of the Eremites? Huh. From the way he was dressed, I would have thought he was a merchant from the rainforest. Let's ask him about it. We meet again.
Huh? Why are you guys here?
That's what we wanted to ask you. Who are you? Why did you dress up like a merchant to talk to me about our project? There's no need for us to continue this project if you still want to keep hiding things from us. I don't work with individuals I can't trust.
Believe me, I didn't have any bad intentions. It's just... All right, there's no point hiding anything anymore. The building I'm trying to commission you for is not really a personal residence for me, but rather a library for children living in the desert.
A library? Funded entirely by yourself? Shouldn't this be the responsibility of the academia? I've heard that the academia will be looking to prioritize the desert with the allocation of educational resources and materials. It sent over a large shipment of regular goods just last month.
You're right, and I was aware of these happenings as well. I just figured what I want to do is a separate effort from what's already being done by the academia. The desert is too vast. Even if the academia spends a lot of effort trying to disseminate knowledge in those parts, it might still take decades, if not centuries, to reduce the educational gap that already exists between the two regions. And what's more, I don't know if the academia would ever reverse its stance in the future. All I know is that as a desert dweller, we should not wait passively for good things to happen to us. If we only did that, we'd never be able to stand up and hold our heads high. I don't have much longer left on this world, so I just want to use whatever time I have to contribute something to my homeland.
Why didn't you just tell us that from the start?
I didn't want you to know that I came from the desert. I've lived in the desert my entire life, and there wasn't anyone here that I could trust. I figured I needed as much safety as I could get.
To the point that you even disguised your identity? That's certainly taking playing it safe to the next level. Hold on. Don't tell me you've also been scammed before.
When I first came to Sumeru City, I brought a lot of Mora, hoping to find an architect that I could work with. Someone agreed to take on the project, and even took a sum of Mora from me, but then disappeared without a trace.
Shit.
After that, I heard that there are a lot of untrustworthy people in this business. Some would run as soon as they've been paid, while others would deliberately use expensive materials and take a cut of the construction funding. I spent a while collecting information in the city, and eventually learned that you're the most famous architect in all of Sumeru. I figured that you wouldn't need to make Mora by scamming people, so I decided to reach out to you. By the way, how did you know I was scammed? I don't think I've ever mentioned that to anybody.
Just a hunch. A while ago, I accepted an offer to work on a project in the desert, and was also scammed out of a large sum of Mora.
Wow.
I ran into someone who was living in a pretty run-down house. I noticed a load-bearing wall on the verge of collapse, and suggested that I build a new house for him. He said that he had no way to pay for it, so I loaned him some of my own Mora, and told him to get some stone and timber from the local vendors. Soon after that, I found out that he had gone gambling with all the money, and lost everything, down to the last coin. And after that, he even borrowed Mora from me twice more, using a different excuse each time. I didn't even suspect him of any wrongdoing until he hired a group of mercenaries and tried to ambush me in his own house. According to him, I looked like an easy target because I was an academia scholar who didn't have any family or friends in the desert. What kind of person would just look at someone else and think, this guy looks like an easy target?
Those kinds of things do happen every once in a while, yes. Folks like him are the exact reason why us desert dwellers' reputation have gone down the drain. I must apologize to you on their behalf.
It's all right. You were also scammed by someone from Kasharwar after all. I should apologize to you on their behalf. Ultimately, neither of our experiences had anything to do with the desert or the rainforest. People who are new to an area are always easy targets for criminals.
Bad people are everywhere.
Yeah, you'll find both good and bad people everywhere. I can't understand the logic of those who like to take advantage of others, but I have to accept their existence as a fact of life. Anyway, I digress. Let's return to the topic at hand. Did you keep rejecting my designs because you thought I was deliberately using expensive materials to take a cut as a middleman?
That's what I was afraid of initially, yes. I eventually understood that you weren't out to cheat me. But unfortunately, I still don't have nearly enough Mora to pay for the design you proposed. I've done the math and know that we should be able to make it if we cut some corners. However, after our conversations, I can see that you're passionate about your design, and I'm quite fond of the proposal as well. So, I decided to try and see if I can afford your proposal as is. I've been looking for work every day, and in another month, I should be able to cobble together enough Mora to meet the budget.
By cobble together, you mean you're going to spend your entire life savings on this project? But then, what will you do if something unexpected comes up, and you find yourself stuck with no emergency fund?
To be honest, I haven't really thought about that. I mean, when you've lived to be my age and something happens, you can't really call it unexpected anymore. All I want is to build this library before I leave this world, so that the children of the future would have some books to read.
Aww.
And the desert dwellers would be able to learn their letters.
You're a good merchant. You're a good merc. Okay. You seem really passionate about this project.
A while ago, I heard that the academia had decided to recruit a number of exceptional children from the desert. Of course, this is welcomed news. But as someone who spent their entire life in the desert, I still have a few concerns. I know the desert life and can predict what the problems will be. Many children from the desert have had neither the interest nor the proper environment to learn. So even if the academia would take them in, once they enter the halls, they might find themselves surrounded by other children who look and act very differently from them. And as a result, they might become socially isolated.
Yes, I can imagine that. My father passed away at an early age. Even though I had a good number of friends during my years at the academia, for some time I still sensed many critical looks in my direction. I'm sure a child coming all the way from the desert will have an even harder time. But let's bring this back to the building itself. I think you said that you want this building to be quiet and warm, with its doors serving as a solid barrier to block out the sound and fury outside, and allow one to focus on the book in their hands. Building it according to the current plan will be quite costly. Even if I don't charge you any commission fees, I don't think we'd be able to keep it under your budget. Any ideas on what we can do?
Can we try a slightly different style?
A slightly different style? Give me a minute. Most architects would probably prioritize cutting costs and removing extra features in this situation. Indeed, converting the building into a simple bungalow would solve most of our problems. However, I do not think this would be the best solution. While it's true that the aesthetic value of a building is often viewed as an afterthought, neglecting it has some long-term negative consequences. It is especially undesirable in this situation, as the library will serve a high number of children, many of whom would have never been exposed to structures that may be considered elegant or beautiful. To completely give up on the more aesthetic design would mean stripping the children of an opportunity to appreciate the beauty of architecture. I share Badawi's sentiments in wanting to preserve a more complex design. However, if we can reduce the ornate aspects of the design while maintaining its fundamental elegance, which is to say we won't touch the arches and stone pillars, but make changes elsewhere. This is definitely a first. To make up for the loss of regular details, we would need to put a lot of extra effort into the layout, lines, and color.
I see. Would that really be okay?
It just increases the difficulty of the design. You should feel lucky that out of all the architects in the city, you chose to approach me. Most of the others would have given up on this project by now. As for inspiration, I think I might have something in mind, but I'd need to visit the site to make sure. Where do you want this place to be built? Tell me the exact location.
Hey Sarah, welcome in.
Village. Although it wasn't my childhood home,
No,
I think
Lamp,
it'll
no,
be the best
no,
site for
no,
such a
no,
building.
no,
Okay,
no.
then we can pay a
Stay.
visit to Aru Village.
Be a good lamp.
Is there something I can do for
Be a
you?
good
I've
LED
already
lamp and
caused you
actually
a lot of
stay
trouble
there.
Before, and now you're
No!
revising the design
No!
again because of me. Which draft are we even on
Stay your
now?
color.
It's making me feel terribly guilty.
Let me think. You said you used to be an Eremite mercenary, right? In that case, you could help us clear out some monsters that are blocking the way to Aru Village. We want to keep the roads clear, and reduce the loss of materials during transport to a minimum. If everything goes well, that'll help us save some Mora.
All right,
Aura
just leave it
the
to me.
merrier.
If there's anything I'm good at, it's clearing out monsters.
What are you waiting for then? Let's pack up and get ready to go.
Yay! I don't know if you saw, but San Japan has some interesting items for the charity auction. Ooh! I didn't know they did charity auctions. That's cool.
Fresh fruits and veggies, both quantity and...
Oh, wow. I'm like looking at their Twitter right now. I mean, not X. Ugh, fucking. Oh, wow. That's cool.
The ability to appreciate beauty
That's
is an
awesome.
important virtue.
I was like, I didn't know they did charity auctions. That's really awesome. Like, I've only been there, I've been going since last year, but... Will Kaveh make it out alive since he is level 40? Probably.
Most materials going from Caravan Rebat to Aru Village would pass through here. There are a lot of monsters out here today. If you find it hard to keep up, just let us know.
Oh, don't worry about me. This is nothing. I'll be careful, though, and you should do the same.
Oh, shit.
Here you are. The front.
Step right up.
No, he's not gonna make it. Oh, wait! He's level 80. Oh, it's a trial. Thank God. Wait, hang on. Let's see. What has he got? Forest Regalia. Oh, these artifacts? Really? I wonder how you get that. That's cool.
I've been through worse. Come at me. Hey, cut it out.
Aw, I wanted to fight more. Grimace. Are you hurt?
I'm fine. I've spent my entire life fighting these kinds of monsters in the desert, after all. They won't get the best of me. But it's one thing to fight against monsters, and another to fight against an old injury. It's something I picked up when I was young. There were many fights between mercenary brigades back then, and one day someone stabbed me in the back. I don't think much of it.
I
back
completely
then, but
forgot you had Lenny
with
and then
age,
remembered the
it's
clip
caught
of you
up
getting
to
him
me.
quickly. Yeah, I got him
Few mercenaries get to
the
enjoy their later
first
years.
10 pole.
Failing health tends to take the
Now let's see
joy
if I
out
can
of
just bring
reputation
Fremine
and
home
wealth.
next week.
And many
I'm
mercenaries
doing it
never
off
even
of
made
Child's
much of a
banner.
ladder to begin
I
with.
doubt I will get
Is there someone you
Child,
know
but
who can
hey,
help to look
I could
after you?
try. But
Unfortunately,
just for
no.
funsies, I'm streaming
My
Lenny's
wife
story
passed
quest
away
next
at an early
week.
age,
But just
and I
as
don't
soon as
have
the
any
banner
children.
goes live,
Sometimes
y'all better
I'd
save the
close
gold
my
rings
eyes
and redeem them Genshin
realize
Rickrolls
most of my
for
life story
when we
has
do,
already been written.
when Child's banners.
I have many regrets about my past, but at the same time,
I've seen
I also
few people
know
getting it very quickly.
that there were
Who,
never
Lenny
many
or
options for
Child?
me in the first place. I joined the Eremites when I was young, and won many battles with them.
Lenny. Ah,
My
yeah.
survival was more a matter of luck than actual ability. If at all possible, I want future children of the desert to have some more options in life. I don't want them to turn out like me. My apologies. The older
Force
we get,
Regalia is one of the
more we
weapons you
tend
get
to
from the
ramble.
forge. Okay, gotcha. Thank you,
Seems like
Grace.
we've already cleared out most of the monsters. Let's hurry over to Aru Village.
What's on your mind?
I think it's really admirable of him to spend his whole life savings on people he's never met. Maybe he's doing this out of natural kindness. A kindness that hasn't been eroded away by the struggles of his life.
You're also that kind of person, which is why you're helping him.
Perhaps. To clarify, though, I don't think I'm quite the same. Some people call me an idealist. I do have some sentiments of that general persuasion, such as wanting everyone to be able to lead a happy life. But my situation is more complex than that. In the beginning, what drove me to harbor those thoughts was less idealism and more a desire to make up for a sense of guilt. When I was young, I impulsively encouraged my father to take part in the first Inter-Darshan Championship, hosted by the Academia. He set off confidently hoping to win something for me, but failed to clinch the title. What's more, he fell into depression after the competition, and requested to join an investigative research project in the desert. I never saw him again. Word has it that he got caught in quicksand, Even if other factors may have contributed to his death, the fundamental cause still circles back to me. I started doing many things in life because I wanted to make amends. Even in cases where I couldn't do something for a specific person, I still did whatever I could. I think I just wanted to make myself feel a little better.
And is that still how you feel?
At this point, even I don't know. I've tried self-reflection, but it didn't help. I can't seem to walk away from many things that I see or hear about, even if they don't directly concern me. And I can't quite pinpoint the source of it. Maybe it's just like what those Vahumana scholars often say. It's hard for people to truly understand themselves. I could be doing things out of endless guilt, or I could be doing them out of a strong sense of empathy. It could even just be a matter of conceit. The potential motivations could number in the dozens, but the actions they result in are the same. Anyway, I suppose I don't really mind being called an idealist. They also use that term to describe my father. It seemed to carry fewer connotations back when he was around. I've known Alhaitham for many years now, and discussed my ideology with him for nearly as long. Maybe argued is a better word for it. He told me a long time ago that no matter how strong of a swimmer you may be, you'll still get dragged under by the others who are drowning once you run out of stamina. He believes this is the fate that awaits all idealists. I still believe I should live by my ideals, and I've given him countless reasons why I think it's a good idea to do so. Perhaps my ideals are flawed, but are there really any perfect things in this world? Unfortunately, he remains unconvinced. His personality is the exact opposite of my own. If someone happens to drown next to him, he'll most likely stand on the shore and mumble something along the lines of respecting other people's fates. But as you can see, I'm not the only idealist in the world. Just as there are different seasons, there are also different people. There are many others who will continue to care about the fates of those who are not directly related to them. And when I finally run out of stamina,
What the fuck? No.
someone will also reach out and bring me back to shore. Someone will help me, right? Yes, I've already been helped like that before.
Oh my god, should I have a life preserver at the ready?
Oh, please. It's not like we're actually talking about swimming. Also, just so you know, I actually took a swimming elective back in the day. Don't underestimate my skills.
Oh man, hey, I won't.
I'm feeling much better than when you first found me at the tavern. I can feel inspiration already welling up inside of me. Maybe this will be just the opportunity I needed to create a whole new style.
Ooh, I can see the moon!
Let's head to Aru Village.
I can see the moon through the window. I think we are getting a blue moon. It's so dark.
Here, my partner's time to shine. Marak!
Yay! Beep beep! Beep boop. Marak!
What's this?
Marak!
My toolbox. I built it using an ancient mechanical core. It's not too smart, but it's super useful and can help me with a variety of tasks. I'll take Marak and find a suitable location for the building. Once that is done, I'll get to work on a few designs.
Traveler?
Sataria?
Ah, you know each other?
Hello. I suppose you must be Kaveh from Kasharawar. I've heard of you before. My name is Sataria, and I'm currently the person in charge of promoting educational assistance programs here in the desert.
Educational assistance programs. Then you must be familiar with the local conditions here.
I can't say I'm too familiar
Hey, what's up,
but if you have any
Cosmo?
questions, I'll try my best to answer them.
What is?
I've been commissioned by Mr. Badawi to build a library in the desert. We've settled on the general design direction, but we are trying to finalize some details.
In case any of y'all who are still here joining, I was supposed to be streaming Honkai tonight. That was on my stream schedule for this week, but
For free?
That's right.
Servers
I want to
is
make
down
sure the
for
children will have books to
maintenance
read.
for
That's
1.3,
fantastic.
so it's like, I'll
I'm
just
sure
stream
the children will
Kabe's
be
update,
thrilled.
Kabe's
Right now,
hangout
we
event
don't have access to many
as
paper
a backup.
books or a quiet place to read. Truth be told, this very thing has been keeping me up at night.
Let me get straight to my questions then.
Whee!
Can you estimate the number of children around here who'd be interested in reading? Besides the usual noise of village pedestrians, are there any other sources of noise in the village? Oh, and have any landslides occurred here recently? And
I think
also,
after this
where are the
ending,
spots around the village that have been most
probably
affected by
gonna
wind and erosion?
Call it for the night, because I do gotta do some stuff, and yeah, and I got work tomorrow.
All right, that should be everything. Badawi, let's go over the budget again. We'll keep the building structure the same, but make the place a little bigger, so it'll be able to hold more people and get better natural light. The parts of the project that cost the most will be the insulation and ventilation materials. I'm sure you understand.
Well,
No
like,
one
I
likes
can
to
do
read
some
in a
stuff
place
real
that's
quick,
hot and
but-
stuffy. I want to make significant
Oh.
changes to the arrangement of the
My
bookshelves, tables, and
stream
chairs.
plan, sorry. That took
I'll
me a
go over
while to
the
be like,
specifics
what?
of that shortly. I have 2 plans in mind. Both are pretty minimalist in style, but will provide a very different
Yeah, I was
ambiance
really
from the
looking
world
forward to
outside.
streaming Honkai
Our
tonight,
final
but
cost should
see,
be
here's the thing.
around
I
70%
looked
of the
up
last figure
when the
I
maintenance
quoted.
starts, because
The whole
I was
thing should
aware
take
1.3 was
around
coming
half
up.
a year to complete.
But
Marak has produced a sketch for all of you to see. If everyone's okay with it, then we'll proceed with that as the formal plan.
yeah, no, I looked it up, and I thought maintenance, I swear, I thought maintenance was going to start tomorrow, but I was like, well, I guess I was wrong. I was just... It's like, well, I'll stream more Honkai. I'll just stream Honkai next week. How about that? It's like, in the meantime, just stream Kabe's hangout event. It usually starts an hour before midnight tomorrow. Yeah. See, here's the thing. I was like, oh, it's probably just the pre-stall installation stuff. But then, as I was getting ready and just making sure everything was good to go, it said server is under maintenance. I was like, fuck, that sucks. So, like, well, yeah. You've got a new design plan already?
The inspiration just came to me naturally. All I did was put thoughts to paper. I must give you credit, though. If it weren't for your advice and suggestions, I probably wouldn't have landed on this new style so quickly. According to the traditions of my profession, I should probably name this style after you. Let's call it the Traveler style.
What?
In the meantime, let's look forward to the day when this building is completed and can finally open its doors.
I missed out on Kafka's banner because I was too lazy to play some Honkai before it ended, but there's always a rerun. Yeah, there's always a rerun. Save the photo. Get the reward. Probably I'm gonna do one more. Not one more event, but do one more leyline. What the hell is that? The Endeavor. That's cool. Ooh, sweet! Let's see. This must be for ending 3. This must be for 4. And this... Oh, is this the one where I've gotta say, like, oh, I don't know nothing about art? See, right before I even started, I started right around the end of Kafka's banner, and I wish I had started Honkai earlier, because I wish I could have pulled for Blade. So I'm like, that dude looks really
The scribe's work is
good.
simple, which is
Alright, I'm gonna do another starters. Swap out Kave. He's too low a level. Let's see. I'm gonna do one more ley line overflow.
A walk would be nice.
Quicker.
Solidify.
Hey, look, a team of 5 stars.
Things are about to get dicey.
Crumble.
And voila!
Scatter.
Here you are.
Soon you will get Nouvelette in Radley. Yeah, I won Nouvelette. I feel bad that I even got Lenny, but I'm like, oh, forget it. I'll try pulling for Judge Hottie. Yeah, you heard me. Y'all heard me. He might be on the list for husbandos, but I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. Let me wait a little longer in the next update if we get more details about the man, and maybe. I know I said just one more, but this time I mean it. One more. I want him to, and I deeply want Fiorina and Arlecchino. Yeah.
Quietly now.
And from what I'm hearing, she's a sword user from the leaks I've been hearing.
Gotcha. Game's up. Fun's over.
It should... Grace, I believe he is a Hydro from... He is a Hydro user. From when we saw him at the beginning of 4.0.
Step right.
A process of elimination.
Here comes the catch. Busted.
Here you are.
Almost there. Alright, I'm done. I'm done for the night. I know, it was like a hour and 40-minute stream, but it's still, I got work tomorrow and stuff I gotta do. Stretch. But yeah, that was gonna be it. I know I was supposed to stream Honkai tonight, but glad I had this in mind as a backup. I'm very, very glad. Thank you everybody for stopping by. Grace, thank you for modding. So as I posted on my stream schedule, it's gonna be a light week because I've got Stay in Japan this weekend. So I'm just streaming today or tonight, and then I'm gonna be back at it again Thursday night for some Spider-Man. So that way we can knock some of that out because Spider-Man 2 comes out in October. I want to get as much as I can of that. Yeah, you know what I mean. I'm streaming Spider-Man on Thursday night since I'll be at State Japan this weekend. But that's all I've got planned for this week. But nonetheless, y'all have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys on Thursday night for Spider-Man. Stay safe, stay hydrated, spread the love. See you guys on Thursday night. Have a good night. Bye.